how could they call a Taycan an electric vehicle for turbo? Okay, nevertheless, I understand the hierarchy, but come on. I don't have the financial strength to own and drive this vehicle. That does not make the car less interesting. On the contrary, I never studied this vehicle more as I do right now. The reason is the Taycan Turbo, and if you look at the specification between Taycan Turbo and the Turbo SE Hybrid, they're pretty much the same. And if you follow me and are a regular subscriber, then you know that I have already paid a down payment on the Taycan. Living with a hybrid, as I have done for a while, has taught me that most of the time I actually drive on pure electricity. Depending how you live and use your electric vehicle, then the fully electric vehicle might not be the perfect selection. If environmental friendly mobility or transportation is electricity, then hybrid might just be the right solution or tool for you. Without dependency on the charger network, I can travel to the ski resorts or through Europe with my family without range anxiety, and also select my destination myself. Looking at the instrument cluster at this point, I actually have 400 kilometers still to drive and less than 50% petrol in the tank. The list price of the Panamera Turbo S Hybrid is equal to the Taycan Turbo. But in the Panamera, you get the non-environmental friendly, well, let's say, Greta-hating endangered V8 engine for free, no extra cost whatsoever. And this annoys me big time, because an electric vehicle are much cheaper to build than this. You know, the manufacturer of the electric vehicles claims that they have so much developing cost, but nevertheless new brands are popping up like mushrooms in the forests. Therefore, I still continue pointing out that the Taycan is big time overpriced. Two vehicles, Panamera and Taycan, from the exact same brand, where let's say the Panamera is larger, more comfortable, you have two-engine battery, you have a gas tank. Well, value for money is much higher on a Panamera. Well, also please remember that I have not driven the Taycan yet, but to compensate for the overpriced vehicle, it needs to be a moon rocket and an experience beyond to, you know, justify the price. Pollution from an electric vehicle comes from the manufacturing of the battery. Therefore, the International Council of Clean Transportation recommend that you select an electric vehicle and charge it and buy it according to the range that you currently need. But do you need more than 25 kilometers? The majority of the population actually has less than 25 kilometers to the work. Conclusion: drive environmentally, politically correct back and forth to work, and during the weekends occasionally release that endangered V8 engine, perhaps by a launch control. Amazing! This is not the first time I review a hybrid from Porsche's model range. And I have called it many things. And one of them has actually been that, yeah, I think I called it that this is a rehab center for petrol heads like myself. And I think I agree to it, because since the Taycan has been launched, I have, having trouble to jump over to the electric vehicle side fully. Perhaps the Cayenne hybrid that I drive today is the perfect balance or the transition for me towards the electric vehicle. The best thing with the Panamera is that you get proper back seats. Two fantastic, it is the same comfort as being in the front. This is how a back seat should be. And I love that it is a proper, not these ridiculous mid-seat 2+1, I think they call it, with some ridiculous middle seat that you cannot use. I understand that in families there are more than 2 child, etc. But then, I think I would go for another vehicle. My sister actually have 3 kids, and they have always bought a proper car for the purpose, meaning a van. Yeah, this is true comfort. I couldn't ask for more. I think you have to go above Bentley Rolls-Royce to get more comfort. And this is lunatic fast, this car, but in comparison to, let's say, my Cayman T, well then something strange happened, because when you add comfort to a 4-door sports car, you kind of lose that touch and feel you have with the road that are so connecting with a Cayman T. And from that perspective, this is more an Autobahn racer. It might not be fair to compare a Panamera with a Cayman T, but lightness creates connectivity towards the road, and when the Panamera reaches 2.3 ton, then it's too much. To stop the 2.3 ton vehicle, actually the Panamera has the exact same weight as their Taycan Turbo. The similarity between the cars are, too much. Anyway, to stop it, PCCB brakes are standard or non-cost option. I think you could delete the PCCB acid green calipers, and something that I recommend from a design perspective. Love that the Michelin tires are fitted as standard, but that should be an option for the buyer to select the brand. Reflection 275s in the front, that's actually 10 mm larger than stock rear tires on a Cayman T. This is the first Porsche that don't attract me to go on the B-road. I actually feel the 300 kilo extra in comparison to the Panamera GTS that I actually drove on the racetrack. And I think that car is more suitable for an all-rounder. Let's say I just wanted or were able to have one car in the garage that should cover everything. The Panamera GTS would be my pick, or the Panamera Turbo. That car are more ideal, I would say, even though if I could call a 4-door saloon sports car for ideal, but definitely more a track-oriented 4-door sports saloon, or I would say sport car actually. And this car, the Turbo SE Hybrid, I would rather, focus on the driving pleasure, on the comfort level and cruising level and Autobahn level. If I was living in Germany with free speed, this would be the ultimate car, because you could just set the cruise control in 200 kilometers an hour and go for hours. You wouldn't be bothered with anything, because it would be quiet, it would be stable, you would feel safe in 200 kilometers an hour. That's ridiculous, 200 kilometers an hour. Even though it is the same cow that has been slaughtered to get these beautiful leather interiors as in my Cayenne, the Panamera delivers just a little bit more luxurious feeling than the sister models. I love the Alcantara ceiling, it looks perfectly and gives you that extra luxury feel. Also the Burmeister sound system is a good investment in a Panamera and Cayennes. In the sports car, as I have said so many times, save your money. Yes, I think the Taycan Turbo is well overpriced, even though I have not driven it yet. But we need to take the Greta effect seriously. That's not me saying. Most of the population on Mother Earth has come to the conclusion that we need to take care of Mother Earth. Therefore, sustainable mobility is very important. Therefore, I'm very proud to say that my Cayenne e-hybrid most of the time runs on an electric engine. And remember that in my garage I actually have a vintage Porsche 928 with a V8 combustion engine that I can enjoy occasionally on the weekends. Would I buy the Panamera Turbo S if I had the financial strength? Most likely not. Then I perhaps would have bought the overpriced Taycan. For whom is the Panamera Turbo S hybrid then? Well, for the gentleman that wants one foot in the history books and the other foot in the future. Oh, sorry. Perhaps I'm allergic to hybrid or electric engine or... Oh, do I sneeze in my Cayenne? I'm not sure. Nah, I'm not allergic to electric engine. I might be an electric head instead of a petrol head. What am I? Well, the thrust when I do the acceleration are spectacular in an electric engine. Haven't driven the Taycan though. Do I get a cold? No, I don't have time for that. No. Tired. Time to wrap up. Just a silly reflection each time I have a powerful Porsche that I produce and do reflection on. The real horses actually comes and join